Ukraine is now destroying Russia's air capabilities, which was their one advantage against Kyiv since the beginning of the war. Ukraine launched one of the largest, if not largest, drone strikes since the beginning of the war in 4 different Russian air bases, in Savasleyka, Borisoglebsk, Kursk, and Voronezh. In May of this year, Russia had 809 fighter aircraft, which was 13 times the number that Ukraine had. Now, since the beginning of the war and before that huge drone strike, Russia lost 366 planes. That number is about to skyrocket, and now Russia has lost 1,240 troops yesterday alone, totaling nearly 600,000 Russian casualties. The fact that Ukraine is able to destroy Russian air capability is the game changer of this war. When I was at the NATO summit this year in July, the number one topic about Ukraine was how to destroy Russia's air capability. And the Ukraine drone strike didn't just destroy Russian airplanes, it destroyed operational facilities, destroyed Russia's air missile defense systems. And the centerpiece for Russia's air defense is called the Kasta radar. It costs about $60 million or more. That radar system has the capability to detect air targets up to 300 kilometers away. Since the beginning of this war, Ukraine has destroyed 166 means of Russian air defense and 447 means of radio-electronic warfare. Now, Russia is not only losing their ability to launch airstrikes against Ukraine, but they are losing the ability to defend their airspace. So it looks like NATO has finally met their long sought-after objective. While Russia's losses in equipment and military personnel have jumped quite a bit today, they have not lost any more land. So for what we know, Ukraine still controls about 1,000 square kilometers of Russian territory. And Russia has still lost its ability to export gasoline since the end of last year. Russia is one of the world's largest oil producers, and they have a tremendous refining capacity to make gasoline. But since Ukraine has been destroying their... See, the price of oil has been crashing since July, and it was supposed to go below $70 a barrel. But since Ukraine's counteroffensive, you see that the price of oil has shot up. 1, the refineries are destroyed, and 2, the world's second largest oil producer is under attack and not able to fend it off. While the Russian markets are dropping like a lead weight, US and other world markets are recovering quite nicely after the whole yen carry trade debacle, which hasn't quite finished. In fact, inflation just dropped down to 2.9%, which is something we haven't seen in over 2 years. And US exports are at an all-time high of $265.9 billion. That is more than 6 times Russia's export and $35 billion below China's. But the gap between US and China's exports is shrinking. Every time you see this bar go below 0, that means that US has been exporting less than China. But look, for the past few years, we've been having these huge upticks where we are actually exporting more than Beijing, and we are trending high. So while Russia is going through an economic, diplomatic, and military collapse, the West is doing okay. When China got their hands on Russia, they thought they had a strong ally, but it looks like they just have a bunch of paper and ash in their hands. Last but not least, this is the 9th day that Russia has lost territory Ukraine and been unable to reclaim it. My name is the Geo Hussar. As of the last report, Russia lost 366 planes. Let's see how much that changes by tomorrow. Thanks for watching.